Wendy's finishing off her liquid breakfast while we start another day in the build of this van.
So I'm just cutting insulation to fill the last pieces without any insulation before we'll put a wood bed frame in.
Yes, you heard that right. We are putting in the bed frame today, or starting it anyway. So
Marcy just finished the kitchen over the weekend.
yes,
Looks amazing.
and now we're going to start on the bed. So Vendy's putting the last insulation here and here that covers up our insulating fabric, and obviously the windows, but we'll put that in once the bed's in. So the bed is going to be kind of like a slide out slat bed design. So we're kind of framing everything up now so it's all nice and straight and square. Obviously vans aren't very square, they've got round corners in them, which make building frames very hard. So we're gonna frame everything up, make it nice and square. So it's another day of school kids rioting. We just had the riot squad come past and nearly tackle some kids that tried to run into the van. This little shit.
Just running, and it was just running, and I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? So I was just standing like this, and then I just saw two school kids running around, like being really scared, and then I just saw a police car just like going.
He slammed
after
his
them.
brakes on right here.
Yeah,
actually.
you can smell it. You can...
And he was like opening the door, tried to get out, and about to run after the kids, and all the kids were hiding behind the van.
Yeah,
I had a really funny face. I was like in the middle, I'm like, what he's gonna do if he's running, if I'm closing the door or whatever.
Yeah, so the kids are rioting, elementary school kids.
Yeah,
Riot today because it's the 3rd anniversary of the president being elected in. Go school kids.
Yeah. Go to school kids.
So this is our bed. It consists of two pieces. One is fixed and the other one is flexible. You can move it around. So I'll show you how we pull out the bed.
That was meant to happen.
Yeah, totally.
So this isn't quite finished yet. Then he will say like it needs a faceplate here, which is going to hold all these moving bits together, and then there's going to be two sliding bits that go down the side, which kind of support it.
Frame.
Yeah, support the frame on this side. So today, the plan is to finish the bed, put these rails on the side. Then I'm going to get Vendy to start painting the roof, finish sanding the roof, and then there's going to be the slide-out table that sits here. So we have to kind of sit down, pretend that we're sitting, and then the slide-out table is going to come out to about here. Yeah, I've just got the hinges for that this morning, so yeah, that's today's job. So here we are routing in the grooves for the sliding mechanism of the bed, and we ended up taking the whole bed down to do that. So this is our bed frame. It's a standard slat bed with a couple of variations that it's a lengthways slat bed that pulls out without any under support, which was good for us because we didn't want any poles or anything sticking out. So I'll show you how it works. It's sliding on these rails, which are routed in here, so it's like a 2 centimeter cube rail, both sides, which is glued to this piece, and it slides on this piece, and it slides all the way out, and that's 1.9 meters, so that's a full-size queen bed, and it's just a standard slat bed. Nothing really spectacular about that, but it's super strong. So I'm 90 kilos and I'm sitting on it now and it hasn't moved a centimetre. It's just rock solid. So we're pretty impressed with that and pretty surprised that it wasn't actually going to move, because I was thinking that I was going to have to put some mounts underneath the rails just to give it a little extra support. So we're very happy about that. The table, so this will have like a faceplate on it, and so will the table. There's just a slide out table that comes out here. And these are our 2 seats. Gonna have a lid on each of them. Benny's doing some Instagramming. Yeah. I'll show you underneath. So from underneath, we've just got the rails for the slide out table that are just on a mount either side of the wall. Obviously that has to be quite a little gap underneath the slide out bed, otherwise it would hit. The slide out bed's fairly well supported. It's got everything screwed to the paneling on the wall. I put in an extra stud into the side of the van, and then these big 1x8s are screwed into that, and then it's supported with a couple of 2x2s either side. Everything's like triple supported, so it's got a couple of extra mounts, holds everything together. This thing is absolutely rock solid. Slides like butter.
And I don't think we really have to use a lot of power.
Welcome back. Day 20, I think. Yeah, we didn't do any filming the last couple of days. We've just been absolutely flat out building the van, really, yeah.
We finished the bed frame, so we're really excited about. And kitchen is ready. It's outside waiting for us to put it in. And then we're also starting on the last bit, which is the middle part of the van. It's a working and dining area.
To make all the tables for the van, we used 8x1" planks and joined them together with a hole jig. This thing is really good. It makes super strong joins on flat timber and you can screw it together really well. And then we just trimmed them all into the pieces that we needed. Okay guys, so here we are. We've got good news and some bad news. The good news is that the van is pretty much complete. We've only got about a week's left of work on it and then it'll pretty much be ready to go out. The bad news is it won't be finished now. We've decided to leave the country of Chile due to the coronavirus outbreak.
It's really sad news for us. It was a really hard decision that we had to make. We were watching the whole situation closely, but the cases are doubling up every day, and together with the social protest and political
Instability,
instability, it just doesn't seem like it's the best combo for us.
So we've been hearing, our first idea was that we'd be able to ride this out here in Chile. We'd finish the van, head off into the mountain somewhere, try ride it out. That dream kind of died pretty quickly. We started hearing a lot of stories from other overlanders around,
Vanlifers.
especially Argentina. Anyone with foreign plates or foreign cars or anyone that looks like foreigners are being completely booted out of cities. They're being escorted by police, tested to see if they have the virus, and basically being told they just have to leave and not being told where they can go. So they're pretty much stranded in between cities, not being able to get food A lot of people are saying that they're not even allowed to go to the supermarkets because people won't let them in.
We're completely fine in Chile and we don't feel like anything like this is happening, but we also think it might be a matter of time when something like this will happen here as well. So we had to decide what to do next. We tried to see different signs of like for how long this could last. Probably not really good signs were the world's biggest airlines cancelling all their flights from end of March until end of June.
So we've made the decision to leave Chile. At the point of making the decision though, both our governments from our home countries have decided that they are not allowing foreigners into the country anymore. Me as an Australian cannot enter the Czech Republic, and same goes for Vendi as from the Czech Republic, cannot enter Australia. So our only real option is to split up, get on separate flights and fly back to our home countries for an amount of time we don't know. It was probably one of the hardest decisions we actually had to make.
In our relationship. Yeah, that's really important to know. We're not cancelling this trip. We're just postponing or pausing it. Because of circumstances. So we definitely want to come back. We will come back. The van is safe here with our amazing people here, and it's parked up, and we'll be just waiting for us to come back.
This is probably day 25 or 30 now. It's been a pretty hectic couple of weeks with the coronavirus kind of starting to kick in around Chile and the uncertainty of what was going to happen to us. So we will pretty much just put our heads down and focus on building. We didn't do much filming in the hopes of getting into the bush if we could, or just getting away from civilization and camp up for a couple of days. We know that's not the case now. We've made our decision. I'll show you what we've done in the van and how it's going to look. So we've got pretty much the kitchen ready. We've got this slides out here as an extra kind of place to sit food on or workbench, and then that slides out all the way, and then we have a drying rack under here. Cutlery drawer, the little sliding place to put your knives and forks, spoons, big spoons, small spoons under there. Another big drawer. That's all the stuff we bought the other day that now we won't be using because we're going home. Another big drawer. This will be our pots and pans. It's actually got our kitchen sink in there at the moment. And lastly, our fridge. We'll be pulling out here, and we have a chest fridge that's inside still, and it's 40 litres. Pulls out like this and opens up. So that'll be nice. Down ground level near the door, so when we want to put food in from outside, we don't have to crawl around the car. We just put it straight in the fridge. Down here is where our gas bottle is going to go, so it sits in that little hole. The water pipe from the back comes up here, will go up into the sink, so the sink's going to sit here. The countertop will have the sink and the stove here, so there's a 2-burner gas stove we've got. So down here where this pillow is where all our electronics is going to go. So we ended up buying a massive battery. Last time we had a bit of an insufficiency in batteries, so I really just wanted to make sure that we could pretty much charge and supply power to anything we wanted. So I found quite a cheap second-hand 170 amp hours slim deep cycle battery. So it's massive, it weighs 60 kilos. We do have 2 seats that are getting upholstered. And they go on gas struts as well and open up like this. And this is just going to be a storage location. We've got a table now slides out. So there's going to be a handle on here, but that's quite nice. That holds 45 kilos, it's rock solid, ain't going nowhere. And the other table we have is the outside table for me when I'm cooking. So I can just pull this one out, and I get a 1/2 meter long table, another 45 kilos of weight. It's perfect height for me because I can't quite stand up when I'm cooking inside. So when I have the stove top here, we'll be able to cook, prep food. It's going to be great. Down the back here is where we're going to keep our water storage. So we've got 2 30-litre tanks, 60 litres, on opposite sides just to keep the weight a little bit even. And this thing here is actually a safe that we've bolted down into the floor. So because we are traveling through some dodgy areas in South America, we really wanted to keep our laptops, computers, phones, everything safe. So we ended up putting in an actual combination safe. So down under the table and under the sitting areas is actually where we keep the front of the safe. We're going to blend it in. It's all going to be painted white, and it's not going to have any visible entry points. It's going to be a magnetic latch that opens this up. Alright, so that's pretty much it from our South America trip. After that, we pretty much left straight away. It was a really stressful ordeal for both of us, getting on those separate planes. So we're back in our home countries now. Vendi's in Czech, and I'm in Australia, and we're pretty much just waiting for this to go away so we can actually just see each other again. So in the meantime, to keep myself occupied, I bought a van in Australia. It's a Ford Transit 350L, super high. I can stand up in it. I'm going to kit it out as an Australian touring van, so it's going to have a lot of cool features in it that I'm really excited to start building. So I'm going to start posting regular YouTube videos about that, and I'll keep you updated on the Instagram and everything. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video, it'll really help our channel out, and we'll see you when I'm building this van.